First one is Tyson Fury was on something called IFL TV, and he predicts that Floyd Mayweather will knock out Conor McGregor. I'm sorry, other way around. Conor McGregor will knock out Floyd Mayweather in 35 seconds, like he did Aldo in 13.
The problem with that, and I hope he's right. The problem with that is the reason Aldo got knocked out so fast is because he's a pressure fighter and came forward, which created an opening for Conor to counter and knock him out so quickly. I don't see Floyd doing that early on, which is why Conor's going to win rounds early on, which is why I bet all these knuckleheads on this. If Conor's going to win, it's going to be in those first few rounds, so it's, to me, like, this isn't ludicrous to me to think that he knocks him out in the first minute or first 35 seconds, because it's new for Floyd with the movement. It's Conor there. He's a bigger guy. He hits harder. He hits harder than a lot of other guys that he's fought. It's awkward, to me, that's not ludicrous to say. Don't get me wrong. Tyson Fury is he's crazy and he has his demons, but with this whole Floyd thing, and this is what I was telling the Showtime guys, with this whole Floyd and Conor thing is, be open-minded enough. This is my message to the mainstream media. Be open-minded enough to think that it is a possibility that a guy 4 years ago was cashing welfare checks, is now the biggest draw in combat sports history. In 4 years, he's done this. In that short amount of time, he's done this. Because I don't live in a world of absolutes. I don't live in a world where I want to see people who have these governors on them. I don't want a car that has a governor on it. I don't want to live in a world of, that's his max potential. Stay in your lane. There's nothing worse you can stay a human being than stay in your lane. When you force that on people, or you call this, this is a money grab. Conor doesn't have the 30 years of experience like Floyd does. He could never win. He can't touch him. He has no chance. All you're doing, and it makes you look like a dumbass, is you don't have the creativity, you don't have the open-mindedness to realize that Conor's a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. Everyone goes, you're a dick ride on Conor McGregor. What are you, from Dublin? Take all that out, man. You don't know boxing. You do not know mixed martial arts. This is for all mainstream media. Don't even get me started on fans. That doesn't even matter. But when you critique a guy like Conor McGregor, you have to realize that he's setting ceilings, and he's setting the bar so high, we haven't seen it. So, of course, the easy thing to say is he has no shot. He hasn't put in his 10,000 hours. He has put in his 10,000 hours. You just don't know what he's done with those 10,000 hours. Floyd has seen every style. He has in boxing. He has not seen this style, which makes this interesting. He won't win a round. Cool, then let's bet the $100,000. Max Kellerman goes, you know what Max Kellerman said? We never know in this game he could win, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's what I thought. That's the thing. We do not know. But you guys live in this world where you want absolutes. You're talking about a guy who knocked out Eddie Alvarez, who will be a Hall of Famer. Talking about a guy who murked Jose Aldo. Fucking murked the guy. Who's one of our best strikers ever. Who's put in his 10,000 hours. Eddie Alvarez put in his 10,000 hours. And when people go, but look at the output, look at the CompuStrike numbers. That makes you look stupid. Our game is not a game of jab and output. Our game is a game of finishing and capitalize on mistakes. And finishes. Boxing is not. So there's going to be a higher output. They're in two different lanes. Swimming lanes, but we're both in the goddamn pool. One's doing the breaststroke, one's doing the backstroke. But we're both in the same pool. So my challenge is all those old heads, and that's not even a challenge. They're so old school, it doesn't matter. Of course this sounds ludicrous. Of course they go, oh my God, this is just a gimmick. Oh yeah? It's a gimmick? Then why do you guys cover it every day? If it's such a gimmick, what else you want to talk about? You talk about the MVP Russell Westbrook just got? Is that what you want to break down? What sport are you going to talk about right now? You hate on this fight, yet you guys cover it every goddamn day. And people, well, they don't, because your numbers are terrible, especially on Fox Sports. Numbers are awful. Because you have uneducated people talking about, because they have to. Because producers tell you have to take this stance. Skip Bayless, take this stance. Their team, let's listen to the Big Brown Breakdown, listen to Schaub, then dish it to Skip so he can sound educated to do what he's talking about. Hey, Shannon, make sure you take Floyd because this is the easiest route. There has to be there's ceilings on this game, man. And unfortunately, Conor breaks those ceilings. Again, he's a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. So is Floyd. But Floyd retired for a reason, a good reason. He's 40. You think his skills, his sharpness, his quickness, all that carries along when you turn 40? But what about Bernard Hopkins? Okay. Bernard's not fighting guys like this in his prime. Conor's in his absolute prime. He's the bigger guy. He's the faster guy. Oh, come on, man. How's he faster? Again, you're talking about a guy that comes from the mixed martial art world where the margin of error is so small. You can get finished at any second. In boxing, it's not the same. In boxing, you talk to any big boxer, unless it's really a heavyweight, even a heavyweight, it takes them about 6 rounds to get going. Take rounds off in MMA. Let me know how it goes. Take 1 round off. You're fucked. You're either going to get finished or you're big time behind on the cards. Probably a 10-8 card.